Hey, how you doing? Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. I love when you hang out with me because I love hanging out with you. And there's always going to be something to talk about. And I promise you, I can't do boring. I don't do boring. And that's how I've always been able to learn. I always had to have an interesting teacher who's somebody who like didn't give me snore food, where they just keep feeding you information. You're ready to start, dozing off. So I have a lot of interesting stuff to teach you today. I bet you want to know what this topic is: manifesting. I want to do takeoffs from manifesting. I want to do the basic one today with you. I want to do a basic manifestation show to you today because I think there's some misconceptions about it. People go, I know what that is. I know. I saw something on TV. I read in a magazine. You know what? And you have to learn to laugh at yourself. I am mimicking people, imitating, because it's the way they do it. You act like you know something. You know a poquito. You know a little tiny crumb or something about something, but you don't know the whole enchilada. And to me, knowledge is power. So let's dive into some of this today because I have a lot of stuff I just want to share with you. And I think it's going to be so helpful to you. More knowledge, then there's more things you can accomplish in your life. Okay. Well, first thing is manifesting. Let's talk about what it's not. Some people say, I think manifesting is me dreaming of all the things that I can have, me dreaming of having my own airstrip, me dreaming and wishing I had this, me fantasizing, thinking, oh my God, I have designer shoes, and I'm wishing, I'm hoping, I'm dreaming. And here's the other one. I'm just crossing my fingers and toes. And the other word is that really, 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 I mean, it just takes me back is I really hope that works out. It would be nice. I kind of hope wouldn't that, and then they look at somebody else across from, hey, Madge, hey, Bob, wouldn't that be nice? They have to ask somebody else if what they were hoping for or dreaming for. They have to even ask. I mean, think about there's something wrong with the insecurity there that we got to ask Bob or Madge or Ted or Fred or Lulu if you think that would be a good wish. You think I should manifest? That's what I think. What do you think? Let for the love of God, please, if I teach you anything on my Roxy M, all aboard wisdom. Let's get some wisdom in here. Quit asking everybody else what they think. And the answer behind that is because you're a people pleaser. Or you had a very domineering parent. I don't want to upset mommy and daddy. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want to upset my teachers. I don't want to upset my friends. So you poke around, you get a feel for what everybody thinks, and you want to try to be all things to all people, and you will lose yourself. I'm gonna come right out with that. You will lose yourself if you try to be all things to all people. There was a point in my life because I was one of the tallest kids in school. Usually Greeks, and I'm Greek. Most Greeks are like, short and the whole bit. Well, because my father was a tall one, I didn't take after my mom. I took after my dad. So here I am, the tallest kid. And, and it's not really popular because, if there's a little boy you like or something, the boy that you like, he probably comes up under your nostrils somewhere in height or something. A school dance, it's almost ridiculous because you're the one up against the wall and they're dancing with all the little shorter, cute girls. And then there's you, Jolly Green over there. So the thing is, for a while there until, people caught up to me, if there's like that couple year period, and then the girls started to grow, boys started to grow, thank heavens. Then I wasn't a people pleaser no more. But I did have a very domineering mom. And because of that, so if you have, I'm not knocking her, I'm just saying that was her personality, okay? If you had a domineering parent, or a domineering sibling, or a domineering best friend, or domineering, okay? You get what I'm saying? Dominatrix, or what do they call it? They're going to get the whip. You do what I say, you do what I want, and don't you displease me. Don't fall beneath my expectations. And that's going to be a whole seminar too on expectations. Oh, those are killers. But anyway, you become a people pleaser. And what happens then, you're not even sure what you're supposed to ask for. And you're supposed to be able to manifest in this life. So it's not just the few out there, these really lucky ducky people who can manifest. Anybody can do it, but you got to know the do's and don'ts. So here's the do's and don'ts of it, because I think it's really neat. Get that out of the way so you don't waste your time going in circles like in a maze trying to figure out. So you don't wish, you don't hope, you don't cross your fingers and toes, you don't daydream. Okay. It's got to come from when you get alone with yourself. You, moi, you get alone. Some people are afraid to be alone. You want to be in a crowd. You got to have the TV going. You got to have the radio going. You got to have people around you. For the love of God, could you just get alone? You're never going to find you if you're in this crowd of people. Somebody's, well, I don't like to be alone. I don't like to be alone. Honey, there's such a difference between alone and lonely. Please quit falling into all these traps. But I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be lonely. So if I keep all these people around me, you've got to get alone. Okay, that's all it's asking you to do. Get alone. Go get yourself a notebook. Okay, get yourself some pens and just start. No matter where you start, I don't care where you start. Okay, I'm not going to be over your shoulder looking at you. I'm not going to pop up from under your bed or wherever you're at, writing this stuff. But just start being quiet and think, what would I love to see in my life? Now, it's not just what you see or you hope or dream or wish. Deep inside every one of us, deep, it's not shallow. You got to go looking for it. It's in there. Inside of each of us, there are seeds. There are seeds. You know how seeds grow into plants and trees and gigantic things? The seeds are already in you. But you have to be alone, not lonely, alone. Get off by yourself. No distractions. Quit picking up that goddamn cell phone every time it rings or beeps or somebody texts you. I'm ready to flush them down the toilet. I just can't stand these things. They're such a distraction. They take me off of course from where I want to be in my life. Okay. But get alone with yourself and these seeds inside of you. What can you feel you deserve? What can you feel? Okay, some people have been through a lot of stuff and they've lost their self-esteem, so they don't feel they deserve this or feel deserve it. Everybody in the world does deserve things. Okay, just your environment, situations, things that happen to you should not mess things up with you to what you deserve. We all make mistakes. We all learn. We do better when we know better. You do better when you know better. Okay. And some of you with the parents you've had, the situations in your life, my God, I don't know how you pulled out of it except by the grace of God. And I'm really happy you did. And it was the grace of God. I do believe that. But getting back to manifestation, go get alone with yourself. It's not scary. Don't be afraid of it. And that's where you're going to look inside yourself. What can I really see myself doing? Now, it's not. It's not like you're trying to knock yourself out for it. It's who you are. It's what you were created to do. It's what to get it. Manifestation how do I want to put this? Oh, there's so many ways I want to start with this. Manifestation, you just talk about what you think about, what you dream, and how you get it is you feel like you've already have it. You can't seek it. You don't go seek it. You don't go knocking yourself out for it. You got to get quiet with yourself, quiet, serene with yourself. Okay. And then see yourself. If it's driving a certain kind of a car, if it's working at a certain kind of a job, if it's sitting in a certain place, in a certain type of a building, in a certain kind of a home. Okay. You see, it's in you. When the seeds, we all have seeds in us, and it's all the distractions and the people in life that have blown those seeds all over the place, and we don't even know where to go. So you got to get away from people and then get quiet. How about having some God talks? Okay, we got to call him God. Okay, let's go to this point. Call him God, show the respect. God, could you show me within myself? Let's pull all those seeds back together that you put in me. Let's unscatter them. Unscatter the seeds inside yourself. People in your life and situations scattered them. Could you put them back together? And now I'm alone with myself. What would I really like to have? And I'm going to tell you, I manifested the house I'm living in right now. And it is, and don't say, well, where's God in that? Isn't that you controlling things? No. God put a desire in my home, in my heart. And my heart was always for a particular type of home. I always wanted a sunroom. I always wanted fruit trees. I was living in Chicagoland area. There is not fruit trees, but I kept feeling, and when I got alone with myself, I see myself, I'm supposed to have fruit trees. I see oranges and lemons and grapefruits. It seemed impossible. But when I got alone with myself, but this is what I see for myself. So I said, you know what, God, I want to manifest that in my life. And also, I thought, it'd be so great being Greek, love olives. Greeks like olives, okay? So I said, I would love to have an olive tree. Well, guess what? I moved into a house, didn't even know it. This house had all fruit trees. It had all olive trees in it. I also said I would love to have a pergola, not the kind that, the paint chips and everything, that stuff that don't chip off, a nice pergola the whole length of the house. I wasn't being greedy. If you're saying, what's in my heart, the seeds in my soul, what would I love to have? Guess what? I walk in the front door. There is the pergola. There is the fruit trees. There is the olive trees. There is the screened in porch. Now, I always said I've never had a big enough counter in a house. Never in all our homes have I had a big enough, gigantic counter. I can see myself leaning in on one of those big counters, and being Greek, we like to put food out and have people around it and everything. So I walk in the door, not only hit every one of those other things, I manifested it because I got alone with myself, and there's the big counter. Okay, so I mean, it was, and then I also, another thing, I've never had it where I could sit down and put makeup on, and in your bathroom, with that little stool you sit on, you could like sit there with a makeup mirror. I mean, you could check it off the boxes. And the biggie thing was the type of stone I am so deeply in love with. It's like the type of stone on a house. Never had it in my whole life, this type of thing. We pull up in front, there's the stone on the house. We walk in, the sun porch, the pergola, the fruit trees, the kitchen counter, the place for the makeup thing. I mean, every single thing. It's amazing because those seeds are in you, is what I'm trying to teach you. You don't have to think about, oh, what do I want? What do I want? It's already in you. It was put in you by the Creator. Once you get away from people and all the chaos and all the crazy stuff, and don't listen to, well, you know what you should have? You know what I can picture you having? Quit being around people that are telling you what you should have, what you ought to have, what you need to have. Okay, quit being that impressionable. And you know what? Choose to pull back from people a little bit. Learn to get away with yourself. But you see, the thing is, you let go, let God. When you ask for those seeds to come back inside you, that got scattered through your life, whatever has gone on, put those seeds back together. And then all of a sudden, all those things, and then say, I believe this is who I am. Could you bring it into my life? Could we bring this into my life right now? Now, what I did then, I actually did get, we call it a, some people call them a wish board or whatever you want to call it, vision board, not wish. It's a vision board. So I was going through some magazines about a year before I moved from Chicago here. And I said, oh my God, there's that brick. I cut it out, taped it, stuck it in. I thought, oh, look at that screened in porch. Oh, I love that. I would just cutting stuff out of these magazines randomly. Do you realize that when a time I walked in the front door, which was like about a year and a half after I finished that little vision board booklet that I had going on, you could circle with a big fat marker every single one. You'd think I took a picture of it. You'd swear I took a picture of it. Now, how does that also work? See, people were at a home. Listen, this home was not one that we built new. We've had many of them we've built from scratch. But sometimes God goes ahead of people and other people who've lived there before us. Now, we had two other people, from what I understand, and if I'm sure, that lived here before us. 20 years, because the home was 20 years old, 20 years before, the Creator impressioned on them, why don't you put the fruit trees? Why don't you put the olive trees? Why don't you build a pergola? Why don't you just see God also gives gifts to his children. He gives people from other times later on. These people, what they picked, they picked it because that was meant for them. Okay, that was their vision board. But it also guided me when I started looking at what do I need to manifest. I was drawn like a magnet to this particular house. I was drawn like a magnet to it. And everything 20 years before they actually put in the house was exactly 20 years later waiting for me. And that's what the Creator wants to do with manifesting. It's not, I want, I need, I get. And when you get it, you don't show off. You do not go and show off and become aloof, and you don't go stick it to people. Well, I want to show you who I am now. I want to show you what I have now. That is the wrong energy. That's the wrong spirit. This is between you and the Creator. You and the Creator, who is your Father God, trying to say, I want to manifest these things in you. I had all these seeds, these things that you find beautiful, these things that would mean so much for you. They're waiting for you, but you got to get alone and quiet and spend some time with God. Have a little talks with God. You know, I always make jokes. Don't say, "Oh, thee, thou Father, oh heaven, oh," and reading it out of a script or a missal or a book or whatever it is. No, could you just talk to him like I'm talking to you? He knows how you talk. He's been listening to you since you started learning how to talk. Could you talk to him like you talk like you normally talk, okay? And tell him what's in your heart. And then when you get alone with yourself, ask him to collect all those seeds of what you were supposed to have and like and love. God wants to give us joy in this life. He wants to give us things that make us happy. And two people don't like the same things. Okay. What somebody else like, I like ornate stuff. I'm Greek, so I got Greek statues in my house. I have big angel statues in my home. I have a lot of very ornate, blingy, blingy kind of stuff. Somebody else will go, I don't like that stuff. But because I got alone with myself and I had these conversations, I was able to manifest. And so can you. You're able to manifest because you're going to the Creator who creates everything. And then you are able to have these things. The big thing, and I do want to be very specific about this, these are gifts to you. These are gifts that God wanted to give to you from the time you came to the planet, no matter how easy or how difficult your life was. He knows what makes you laugh. He knows what makes you cry. He knows what means a lot to you. And God really does enjoy matching up things that match with you. You know what I'm saying? He does like the matchup. You know, when you get your clothes in the closet and you want this to match that, well, the God is the perfect matchmaker on things. And he wants to have your life come together where you feel whole. Okay. But when you get it, it's what you do with it. It's your attitude, and you don't use it for jealousy. Now, there are people in the world, no matter what, no matter if you get something little, tiny, or big, there's going to be people in the world who are jealous. We call them jealous souls, green-eyed monsters, whatever. They're going to always be here. If you look biblically, Cain killed Abel. He was jealous of his own brother. He killed him, hit him over the head with a rock, and then dragged his body in some bushes. Okay. People do a lot of very awful things when they're jealous. They go, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. See, sometimes people just want what you have. And what's even worse, it's not they want what you have. They just don't want you to have it. I'm going to say that again, and we're going to keep this in mind. There's people, they're not that they want what you have. They just don't want you to have it and you to be blessed with it. So from today's topic, and we're going to do it on other ones in a deeper, going in a different way, looking at manifesting. Again, it's not about dreaming, wishing, crossing your fingers and toes. I hope I dream. Oh, that would be so nice. No, getting alone with yourself, asking God to pull all those internal little seeds that of what he wanted to grow in your life, what he wanted that were planted in your life. And when you go to him, he waters them. Every time you talk to God, he waters those internal seeds, and then they grow. And always remember one thing also, always say thank you. When he starts manifesting in your life, do say thank you. His name is God. He's not go pointing up there or him or that guy. Come on, let's knock off this disrespect. Okay, his name is God. If he says that's his name, like you tell somebody your name is, you want it pronounced right, can you just please say thank you? Put your head down, say thank you for the little things. And I will tell you, the more you say thank you to God and you say thank you for the little things, I guarantee you so much more is going to start manifesting and pouring into your life. I'm telling you, I know this, and it's the most wonderful way to live. And you're losing out if you don't go there. So if you enjoyed today's podcast, and I hope you did, I touched lightly on a few things. I would love you to please be kind enough, hit that you'd like to subscribe, and do tell other people about it, because you know what? You're doing a good deed. You're passing it on to other people. You're helping them. You're giving them a direction, a little bit of a roadmap, and you'll get blessed for doing it too. So I hope you have a great day, and hope you come back to my next podcast, because boy, we're going to have so many topics waiting for you. It's unbelievable. So for now, God bless, Godspeed, all aboard wisdom. Roxy Carter. Thanks for coming aboard today.